Well, I've arrived at my point in life where I see profiles everywhere. So when we last left this market, we said look for a retest of the highs and or higher prices. If you had to make a trade at the market, it would be from the long side. So the profile really doesn't lie. Sometimes it just takes a while for the trades to manifest themselves. And if you get the direction right, everything else really tends to... Pardon me. Everything else tends to fall into place. So I'm glad I shared that with you all, but you can see right here that we're dealing with a P. We got a flat side right here, and then what do we start to get? We start to get that ascending pennant. 1, 2, 3. The market's so bad, what is it doing here the fourth time? And what the professional community will do is they'll try to push it through on the fourth time. And so here we find ourselves up in the 2065 area. Start off this morning with resistance at 60 to 65. And we had support at 45 to 50. And we were able to get to our number 2 buy zone, the 45 to 50. So it's a pretty good day, pretty good call. Made around 7 a.m. Central this morning. Again, you have access to superior information. You got to get comfortable with it to fully utilize it. I know that, and the way that you get comfortable is to back test it. And do playback and see if you can read it live real time. High low, higher high, that favors a retest of that high and or higher tomorrow. No news for the trading. So we're in a trading range right now. We're a little lower, we're a little higher, so that will look real strong tomorrow heading into this number. If we don't take that out and change that from resistance to support, then the market can come right back into the trading range. And there's no news to drive the trading, so that's probably a little more likely than breaking out and blowing and going to the upside. We're going to see a P in today's structure. Going to see several distributions right here to the upside, and you can see that volume is moving higher in each of these distributions. So our call when we left the last time retested the highs and or higher when we left the market the last time. So resistance is 65, 67. Selling failure to take out this high over here. In the overnight session, looks like a reasonable trade to me. Then get through that. 73, 75 for sell 2. On the buy side, retesting the breakout, this 60 area plus or minus. On the buy side, buy 1, 55, 57, buy 2. No news tomorrow. We have crude inventories. That is it. Okay, strength in the E-mini is going to take the financials lower, and tomorrow is the 10-year auction. We've got a lower high and a lower low. Can be seller, especially in the overnight session. Again, the auctions used to be before last fall down, up, up, down, up. And so if you'd ever look for a weak auction or the market to be down, it would be on the second auction, the 10-year auction tomorrow. So if the E-mini continues to rally, that'll certainly be true. If the E-mini finds sellers in that 65, 70 area, starts to sell, this market can come back in a hurry. So there's your correct splits. Looking at the first one, a P. Definitely a P. Mom, most certainly associated with the rally in the E-mini. You can see the L and M period. We're up in the E-mini, and the L and M period in this one are down. So if we were to close right here, the buy zone, again, I'm going to leave it 1 to 5 like we had this morning, but it might take 9s. A lot of it just depends on what the E-mini does this afternoon. and then 29 to 25 because it is the second auction and it is the 10-year. We're currently at 10.5, so 12 to 16 is resistance. So selling failure to get through 12 to 16 looks like the trade. Okay, looking at the 30-year. It's a D leading B. You can see all the volume is in the bottom half, and that would support lower prices in the overnight anyway. So 17 to 21. Possibility will make it 13 to 17. Let them get stops beneath it for buy 1. And then 5 to 9 for buy 2. They can't take the bottom out of the market without an obvious piece of news because they won't move the paper. 31 to 03, sell 1. 7 to 11, sell 2. Okay, gold I still think is working its way down, not because of the retail account, because of central banks and the printing of money. I think we're headed a little lower, so let's put it down 25, 27 in London, let them go back down there. Get stops below this low over there. Have 20 to 25 is our preferred buy zone. And on the sell side, going to make it 38 to 40, sell 1, 43 to 45, sell 2. No news to drive the trading. It'll be technical trading driven by London. And crude oil. Okay, we have the single print from the other day that's over there, right below 49. And you can see that it was tested today and held. So let them get another run at 50, 49.75 to 50 for buy 1. I imagine we'll have another build in crude tomorrow. That's kind of been the case. Buy 2, 49 to 49.25. The selling started out of the 51 area, so 50, 51 even to 50.75, sell 1, and 51 1/4, 51.50 for sell 2. Pretty strong selling today, so we should in the overnight session retest today's lows and probably get stops beneath them. I don't know if it can break though. 50 is one of those round numbers. And the euro's acting pretty heavy right here. A lot of Greek articles up there. You know, what happens if Greece takes themselves out of the EU? Banks and countries fail overnight, central banks. So trading currencies, trading bank stocks in the EU carry a much higher risk than they normally do, ever since Switzerland moved in what they did to the currency market. So this Greece situation, if they are to drop out, would have similar ramifications for banks. And the issue is going to be, how much paper do the banks hold? How much Greek paper, and what does it do to their balance sheet? And what will that do if Spain or Italy or somebody else decides to do the same thing. But there's going to be extra risk in European banks, especially those in Greece and those that back the paper. So I think Greece is playing a pretty strong hand with the ECB right now, probably stronger than they're given credit for. They've already asked China and Russia for help. What a way to come in and screw over Europe. And of course it would take China to do it. Russia probably wouldn't choose to spend their foreign currency reserves in that manner, but they can make a lot of noise about it and stir things up. Hey, see you bright and early in the morning, 6:45 Central. You all have a great evening. This is our last warm day. I'll be off to boxing later on today, and I'll